Hi all, good morning and very warm welcome to the Live 360 program batch 3. So myself Vincent, account manager for Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry and host for the day. Hope you are all healthy and we all know that this entire 100 days phase has been divided into three phases. Phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3. So it has been designed like that. So 100 days. So the first phase we call it as gut reset phase. Second one is the important phase, the intensive phase, and third one is the maintenance phase. Actually, this program started on 10th of October. We all know that. So till 9th of October, we did all the back end works, registration, this, building everything. And 10th of October, we kickstart the program with the first phase, the most important phase of this program, 10 days of get reset, followed by the intensive phase, and now we are into the most critical phase, maintenance phase, and we have already completed 56 days of this program, almost 52% of the entire program. And today we are into day 57 and 15th day of phase 3. Just imagine different topics, different speakers, too much of knowledge. So what is the purpose and what is the objective? To make others to live a healthy living. So that's the major objective of this program. And for this, today we have an interesting topic, very interesting topic, very interesting speaker. So, what is the topic of day? It's a role of macros in healthy living. So, to give a detailed layer by layer knowledge about this role of macros in healthy living, we have a very special guest for the program. To speak more about her, she is a professor and head of Department of PG Studies in Food Science and Nutrition, Alvas College, Mudbandri, and she is a doctorate from University of Mysore. Over 2 decades of teaching and project supervision experience, served as a chairman and member of Board of Studies and Examination at Mangalore University, and she is an active member of Indian Dietary Association, Nutrition Society of India, and Indian Association of Parental and External Nutrition. Just imagine with a huge background. She is there today to rock the show and rock the day. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, with thunderous applause, help me to welcome Sina to the digital platform. Ma'am, it's all over to you and welcome on the board.
Thank you so much. Namaste. Happy morning to you all. Hope you all are doing good. Uh, on to another session of healthy living here. I'm sure the last week's session, which I had spoken on micronutrients, have been very helpful to you all, I guess, here. So I thought, we'll have to go up well with the micronutrients also, because it's always the micronutrients which has a prominent role in leading a healthy lifestyle. Yeah. So, as we embark on the journey of healthy living, one needs to be committed. Nourish your body, mind, and soul through balanced nutrition, regular exercises, and mindful practices for overall well-being. So, yes, the role of micronutrients is what I would be talking on in today's sessions here. So, let me start sharing the screen. Can I just get a confirmation from your side?
Yes, ma'am, it's
Is the
visible.
slide visible?
Yeah, it's visible. Very much.
Okay. Yes, because we'll get the clarity, we will just go with the. So, the role of macronutrients here. What are these macronutrients have to do with us? to lead a healthy lifestyle here. Macro, they are basically the larger molecules which are required by the body in larger amounts here. The carbs, proteins, and fats, they're all the energy-based foods here. Carbs, each of carbs and proteins contribute around 4 kilocalories, wherein the fats, being a concentrated source of energy, gives around 9 kilocalories here. So these carbs, mainly the cereals, the staple foods, the main course that what we follow in a general daily routine, they're all the complex carbohydrates here. You have the sugars, you have the fibers, which all comprises to a major amount of fat. Sorry, the major amount of energy that's around your being a chief source of energy, and protein. Protein, it's widely categorized into animal protein and plant proteins here. Okay. This is 1 second. I'll just show you the. Okay. Ah. So this is what we see is there are few stuffs which are a good combination of carbs and proteins here, and there are few stuffs which are all equal contribution of protein and fats here. Okay, so being an animal-based protein, and regular intake of dairy products, your animal fats like your egg proteins, they're all something which really helps you all to keep up your daily requirement of protein here. And fats being saturated and unsaturated in your various foodstuffs will also help you all to keep a minimum level of its requirement in your daily routine here. So there are stuffs which I told which has a good of protein and fats here. So say for example your eggs have a very good source of protein and fats here, and maybe like you have some of the invisible fats here which are hidden, that's the cholesterol. So that will also help you all to keep up your fat requirement daily schedule here. So make sure that you have a wide combination of carbs, proteins, and fats in order to keep up your daily routine here. So in going on to the next slides, it's about the program philosophy here. So as we know, they are all the energy based foods. So when taken in a combination of all this will help you all to sustain your daily routine here. Say, for example, if you're on a weight loss program, a good combination of high protein, low carb, and low fat will help you all to keep up this. Because the kind of protein that you all take in a major proportion will boost your metabolism and leads to an automatic reduction in calorie intake and cravings here. So study shows that who eat more protein tend to have less abdominal fat than those who eat a lower protein. And coming to the maintenance here. So maintenance, I'm sure that this will go, half of your plate will be a kind of what I can tell you is sorry, not the plate, the combination that what we are talking about will go into a major proportion of carbs here, because the staple foods, the chief source of energy, which will definitely help you all to maintain your, which will help you in a regular maintenance of your body, and fats and proteins here. There's a slight difference in the percentage, but doesn't matter, because the more of this in moderate amount will help you all to maintain your body regular metabolism here. Coming to the muscle gain. So muscle growth, you also need carbohydrate to fuel your body and muscles for optimal performance here. A mix of both, that is a high protein and high carbs, will definitely help you all to achieve maximum muscle gain. So obviously, when you go in for a combination of carbs and proteins with a high amount, your fat combination should be falling down. Okay, so this is one of the global data which I would like to share it with you all here. It's a data which shows up how the major sugar consuming countries have their own intake of an average intake of sugar. See, the world's around 175 million tons have been we are using sugar. It's an average value of the year 2017-18 to 2019-20 year. So India has topped the list here. As we know, we are all basically sweet lovers here. And India is known for its vibrant and diverse festivals, and sweets play a significant role in this celebration. Indian sweets are an integral part of Indian cuisine and culture. So obviously, we would be going in for more and more of sweets in any of our celebrations, and therein we are going for a huge consumption of sugar. So that's how we can see it in this graphical presentation, we being on the topmost. Okay. Now coming to another interesting slides here. High versus low carbohydrate diet. So what if we are following a high carbohydrate here? So high carb diet obviously increases your blood sugar. So there's an elevation in your blood sugar level which goes beyond 120, 130 milligram per deciliter, and this will demand for a high insulin level here. So when it goes for a high insulin level, this your body switches to a state of fat storage, and body uses more carbs for energy instead, promotes fat storage here. And high insulin resistance does not manage diabetes well, and this can lead to weight gain. Raised blood sugar level that may cause increased thirst, frequent excretion of large amounts of urine, we call it as polydipsia, and increased hunger, polyphagia. They're all very common among this, and invariably you will be going for a high carb diet. So it's a vicious cycle, all in all. So weakness and an unexplained weight loss, sorry, unexplained fatigue is quite common in this. Now coming to the flip side, it's a low carb diet here. So what happens when you are on a low carb diet here? So obviously there's a fall in your plasma insulin. That will reduces your fat storage and results in weight loss here. And at the same time, you get to see there's an improved insulin sensitivity and it helps to maintain your glucose. That's good enough here. And coming to the other side, you see that there is a reduced glycogen synthesis because excess of glucose has to get converted into glycogen and they're stored in muscles and liver, and this is reduced here. So when this is reduced, there'll be a reduction in your glycolysis capacity. Your glycogen will not be broken down for any of its immediate energy purpose here. So this will increases your gluconeogenesis. What is gluconeogenesis? This is the energy released from non-carbohydrate foods. Yeah, that is your proteins. It will try to take up from protein, so that might result in your will take up from your protein, and that will result in your muscle wasting. So this energy will be released from proteins and fat here. And on the other side, what we see is there's an increased lipolysis, that is breakdown of fat components, which will increases the oxidation here. So when this happens, there will be an increase in your ketogenesis here, the breakdown of ketone products. The ketone products are the immediate products of byproducts of fat metabolism here. So there will be an accumulation of ketone bodies here. So ketone bodies like beta hydroxybutyric acid, acetoacetic acid, and acetone, they're all getting accumulated here. So, of course, acetone is felt in the breaths here. Then your hydroxybutyric acid and acetoacetic acid, being acidic in nature, is also seen in urine, acidic urine here. So, yes, that's how there's a depletion of the substrate supply of amino acids, glycerol, fatty acids, and all this is resulting in ketogenesis. Okay, now let's look into some of the differences that in carbs and simple carbs here. Complex and simple carbs here. So how does it differ here? The complex carbs, what we find is it's made of long chain sugar molecules. They're all the polysaccharides. They're all the fibers which are present in the carbohydrates here. So they take less time to digest here because of high fibrous. They take a longer time to get digested. So slowly there will be a what is it? Your blood absorption, your sugar absorption into your blood gets slow, and that will make you fuller for longer time here. And basically the complex carbs are of less processed here. They have all in all on the outermost layer of the cereal grains here, they are adhering to the cereal, the fibers the bran contains. So however you take it into a processing state of preliminary, you'll find they're all still remaining onto the outer layer. So that's how you get to see it's high in dietary fiber. and they boost your performances here. There are the triggering factor. It boosts your performance, and you will become little of more active when you're going for a complex carbohydrates here. And as they are loaded on the outermost layer of the cereal grain, they are high in antioxidants and vitamins here. All your say for example your B complex vitamins here, they're all something which are uh, embedded on the outer layers, and the pigment that gives its characteristic color to the grain also matters from this vitamins here. So these are all the foodstuffs which are generally a good source of complex carbs here. Now on to the other side of carbs, that's the simple carbs. They are short chain of sugar molecules here. So they are simpler in texture. That is usually when you are going for a complex carbs, they need time for the breakdown of complex into a simple. But now these are basically simple in nature, so they digest quickly. And there's an increase in the blood sugar, and that causes the crashing feeling. And they're more processed here because they're simpler. All whatever that I had mentioned in the complex on the outermost layer, they are embedded, the vitamins are present, the fibers are present, and you find in all of the nutritious components present on the outermost layer, they're all washed off during this processing here. They are the naked caryopsis is what I can tell you. They are more processed, and they are lower in dietary. Obviously you will never find anything on the topmost layer of the cereal grania, and this might not trigger, so it lowers your performance here. And you get to see the antioxidants and vitamins are also very low, and the soda, cake, sugar, cereals, they're all the simple ones, simple sugars, and they're all the examples of simple carbohydrates here. Okay, so these are all this is one of the supporting documents that I would like to share it. This is a high fiber rye compared to refined wheat here. It's a butyrate which is present in the rye, subsequently lowers your energy intake and reduced body weight. So which would have contributed to the larger weight loss in the rye, I mean, which is more in the rye, will able to reduce your body weight compared to the wheat group. And was a systemic review which was published in the year 2021 in European Journal of Nutrition. Okay. Yeah. Now, this is another interesting slide which I would like to share. Change in the body composition after overfeeding on diets containing different amount of proteins here. So, what are these proteins have to do to your body? So, usually there was a small study which was done to see the difference of protein intake 0.7 grams per kg body weight, 1.83 grams per kg body weight, and it was what is the impact of this on body weight, fat mass, and fat free mass here. So when you go in for a lower protein intake, what happens is it lose your muscle mass, and which in turn cuts your strength and makes it harder to keep your balance and slows your metabolism here. Okay, and weight loss with a high protein may help to preserve fat free mass. Diets, some of the studies prove that diets high in protein were associated with greater fat free mass retention than diets lower in protein here. So I'm sure in this we will get an idea that how this 1.8 grams per kg body weight can really help us to maintain all in all here. So your body weight is also comparatively okay, and there is a very good relation with the fat mass and fat free mass, wherein with your low intake of fat there's a negative impact. So make sure that you're going for a minimum requirement of fat is, protein is very essential to keep all in all intact. Yes. So in the slides, we'll just we'll just look into the priorities of the protein to be used in your daily routine here. So it is like, of course, it's of highly important here. But how can we prioritize this here? First, the base. It's a total daily protein intake. Yes, the last slide which has proved that there should be a minimum of 1.8 grams per kg body weight in your regular routine food intake here. So make sure that you go in for that. Next comes your daily protein distribution, how well you are going to distribute your protein here. Are you giving a gap of 3 hours? Are you going to have frequent meals with protein with protein inclusion? Yeah. So that ways you we should know that there should be a regular distribution of protein in your day schedule. Next, coming to the quality protein here. So, as I had mentioned in an earlier slide, the difference of animal and plant proteins here. So, all plant proteins, something which is a combination of all cereal based, your pulse, and maybe the other leguminous, all this is something which can give you the quality here. So, this invariably increases your biological value of protein here. So when you go in for this protein quality, which has got more of essential amino acids and helps in the maintenance of all your tissues, your repair of the tissues, your to synthesize hormones, and also wear and tear of the tissues is all maintained by the protein quality. And coming to the protein timing here, some of the research finds that best time to consume protein for building and strengthening muscle is during breakfast. So make sure that your breakfast is must and should in your day's routine, which I had mentioned in the earlier session also. So this will the protein that are essential for body growth and muscle building can be made up in the breakfast. Yeah. So however, protein metabolism varies depending on the body's internal biological clock. Okay. So this is one of the best country data which have ever got it. So I'd like to share it with all you. Body missing its building block. Okay. So this really shows up like how many of them are vegetarians and non-vegetarians. Yeah. So of course it's 41. Although we are all there's a trend where people are going vegan. So 41% of them are vegetarians. Yeah. And when it comes to the awareness, it's very negligible in North. It's only 2% is what people are aware of the importance of protein. And of course east has got maximum with 89%. The northeast people definitely go in for a variety of protein. And Delhi had the most number of response with protein gap, that's a deficient in protein. Almost what is it, 9 out of 10 are protein deficient. Vegetarians show a higher protein difference compared to non-vegetarians here. Maybe they're not aware of the quality, or maybe they are just going with only with the cereal proteins here. Because this is something which I would like to tell you all. How can we have a kind of comparison with the animal protein and the plant proteins here? Animal proteins we get it purely from the animal based here, but see when it comes to the plant protein, you have to go in for a combination like cereal and pulse protein is equal to animal protein here, which is once again equal to egg protein. So, of course, it's only the younger people in the age group of 30 to 40 years have been showing an average protein intake. So, there's a strong recommendation from American Diabetes Association that there should be a minimum intake of protein for every kg of body weight, and they have suggested zero point 0.8 grams at least here. But as we know, it would be wise on our part if we go in for another extra doses of protein to keep up all the other requirements of the day. And they're all the high protein foods, meats, poultry, fish, legumes, dry legumes here. They're all the ones which can help you all to keep up your daily activity. So what happens if we are protein deficient or there's an inadequate intake of protein? So you feel lethargic, you feel so tired, flabby. Instead of being muscular, your skin becomes so flabby and loses its elasticity. There's no muscle strength, and more time taken to uh, what is it to from it delays in wound healing and air failure. Because as you know, it's a protein, it's a keratin which really helps you all to keep your hair lively, gives more shine, gives more strength to your hair here. So I'm showing many of the health spas, they are going in they suggest for keratin treatment here. This is to add more strength to your hair. So that way it can prevent frizzy and gives you more strength, shine, and all that stuff to your hair. Okay. And this is another supporting document which I would like to share. This is the metabolic advantage of higher protein diets, benefits of dairy foods on weight management here, and also regulation of glycemic and bone metabolism, all maintained with a high protein intake. So this promotes weight, enhances glycemic regulation, so also your calcium absorption to keep your bone strength. Published in the year 2015. Additional protein intake limits weight regain after weight loss in pneumonia. So this a high protein also helps you all to which the high protein consisting of long fat-free mass, whereas the control group had shown up with a fat mass as well, with an increase in the fat mass. So just going for a combination of all this to in order to keep your protein intact intake on your weight loss. So this is another thing. See what happens. Although I have mentioned that there is a kind of combination of fat, carbs, and protein in your daily routine, they're all the energy based here. So at times we might really have a feeling like, how can we replace being a cheap concentrated source? Can I just put it? Replace this for carbohydrate is what we might be thinking here. So this replacing fats with carbohydrates creates two new problems here, that there's an increased risk of type 2 diabetes here, because as and when you're going in for a high carbohydrate, right, I'm sure that there'll be an increase in your blood sugar level, and the increased intake of unsaturated, and there is a decrease, sorry, this is not increase, this is a decrease intake of unsaturated fats will also be one of the factor. So what happens here, these unsaturated fats here, so fats are of saturated and unsaturated, which I'll be going to explain you all in the following slides here. But there is a misconception which shows that all fat is bad. No, I'll just give you an example here. That's like your myelin sheath is an essential insulating layer, a sheath that forms around the nerves, including those in the brain and the spinal cord. It's made up of fatty substances. So when there is no a proper intake of fat, I'm sure there'll be a deficit in this, and this will tend to damage. And this myelin sheath allows, basically, it allows all your electric impulses to transmit quickly and efficiently along the nerve cells here. So if this is getting damaged, the myelin, I'm sure the impulses slows down here. And the unsaturated fatty acids, when there is a fall in your unsaturated, what is it? Your I mean what is it like, if you are going with your more of fats, more of saturated fats, I'm sure this will have a trigger on your chronic disease conditions here, because the saturated unsaturated fats play a number of beneficial roles here. It reduces your inflammation, improves your blood cholesterol level, and stabilizes your heart rhythm here. So when you replace fat with carbohydrates, make sure that you give a very good combination of fat, that is unsaturated fats here, because generally we have a kind of crave for saturated fats, which are basically present in your animal fats here. So that way you should be literally knowing the importance of saturated and unsaturated when you have to really replace with some of the foodstuffs here. So it is something which should be adding on to your knowledge with your daily requirement. And moving on to the last macronutrients, that is fat. So this is a concentrated source of energy, which I already told you. It contributes 9 kilocalories. Components of cells and tissues here. The adipose cells are specialized for the storage of energy in the form of triglycerides here. So they need to be maintaining the this in your regular intake here. So it's a fact that fat cells play a critical role in sensing and responding to changes in systemic energy balance here. So all this connectivity tissues that extends throughout your body should be made up with the components of cells and tissues, and absorbs vitamins. vitamins here. All your fat soluble vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin D, E, and K, they get absorbed only when there is a known amount of fat present in the body and converted into other molecules, that is the prostaglandins here. So they are all a group of lipids. They control process such as inflammation, blood flow, formation of blood clots. So this has to be made up by the body when you are on a regular intake of fat. I'm sure this will automatically be done in the body. And looking into this difference, the good fat and the bad fat. What do you find in the good fat? They're all the unsaturated, which I already told you, because this is something which is easily digestible, which has got its own beneficial effects here. So going for a variety of good fats, but make sure that there should be a minimum amount of fat in your diet. It's not that you have to totally avoid fat from your food, and avoid these saturated fats here, the visible fats that you find. And this burgers, what they have, the margarine or the donuts, or what you have, the pastries, sometimes what we see is it's all the shortening agents that they use it in the form of hydrogenated fat, this palm oil. And also you have this hydrogenated fats like dalda, which are all used here because they give the real quality in the finished product. Of course, I do agree with that, but that's not really good for your health. And I think with that, I'm sure that you'll have been maintaining a food diary, so kindly take a screenshot of that and share it with us. So with this, I've just come to an end of my session here. So if you all have any queries, I'm sure I'll be able to, what is it, help you all to clear your doubts. Is there any queries?
Thank you, ma'am. That was a great session for today because this is called a layer by layer approach because we all know that what is macronutrition and what is micro, but today we learn by detailing what is macro. And ladies and gentlemen, let's give a great round of applause to Dr. Archana ma'am for coming, taking her time and coming up for the day and giving a detailed session on the importance of macro in our healthy living. Ma'am, thank you so very much. And ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoy the session today. And to just to recap, because we got a lot of knowledge today. Because we know in a single line, we learned in our childhood days, college days, what is macronutrition, what is micronutrition, what is importance of nutrition in our healthy living and all. But today now we got layer by layer, too much of knowledge. But this knowledge need to be converted to the persons because knowledge is not a full stop. It's like a comma. We need to transfer that knowledge. So today I learned many things from ma'am's session. So just to recap what we learned today. First, the importance of nutrients. The importance of nutrients. So we have two types of nutrients. We all know that macro and micro. And today it's all about macronutrients we learned. So what are the macronutrients? So just to share, so carbo, protein and fats. As ma'am said, these are the three macronutrients. And there was an important data about today's thing. So she was sharing about the importance of protein. So for weight loss, to maintaining the weight and to muscles gain. So a lot of things has been shared today. So one important thing about weight loss. So if you are decided to go for a weight loss, we need to take high protein and low carb and low fat. That was one interesting message because many people doesn't know how to go for a weight loss in a right way. But this is one tips we got it from today. So we need to take high protein, low carbs and low fat. Then to maintain the weight, because one of the important thing in weight management is to maintain the weight. So reducing this weight, yes, it's possible, but to maintain, it's not so easy. So to maintain the weight, so moderate of protein, carbo and fat. So combo of moderate carbo, fat and protein. And for muscles gain, because weight reduction is something different and weight gain is something different. And for muscle gain is something different. So to maintain the muscle gain, you need to take a high protein, high carbo, and low fat. So this was one of the interesting thing we learned it today. And moving forward, what next? The important thing it has been said today was the major sugar consumption, because there are many countries they take sugar foods, sugar intake. But today, the so surprising and so shocking, India is leading the chart, and we are the number one in consuming sugar. Just imagine, there was a slide mentioning 27 million tons of sugar you're consuming. Wow, this is shocking. And we learned about high and low carbo diet. After the protein, we get into the carbo, and we learned about the difference between complex carbo and simple carbo, and we learned about change in body composition after overfeeding and diet containing different amount of proteins. And from there, we got one more interesting thing about protein intake priorities. So when to take, how to take. So in that, we learned about protein timing, because there's a timing to take, when to take protein. So that was interestingly explained by ma'am, Archana ma'am. So protein timing is more important, and quality of protein is more important, because we get protein from different sources, but the quality is main. Quality is important. So this is one more point we learned from ma'am's topic. And daily protein distribution. That's more one more topic. And total diet protein, sorry, total daily protein intake. So these are the four important things of intake of priorities in protein. So this we learned today. And body missing is building blocks. So yes, in India we are number one in population, and we are number one in many diseases. So that's one of the reason. So we are missing the one of the important bodybuilding. So protein. So in ma'am's slide, there was one more interesting data saying that awareness of protein in India, because India is a biggest country with four regions: north, east, south, west, with different cultures, different diversities, different languages, but still we have different opinion in protein also, in way of awareness. So to say about north, just 2%. East has the highest percent of knowledge, 89%. West, 27%. And South, 13%. And there was one more interesting data was mentioned in that slide. Out of 10 Indians, 9 Indians are very low in protein intakes. Again, this is one more alarming. One more interesting data was shared by ma'am. And moving forward from there, importance of protein, because we all know that protein is important, but for what? That's more important. We need to know. But ma'am explained that one very well. So for feeling tired, feeling flabby, more times to recover from injuries, hair fall. So these are the reasons. So if you take more protein, right protein, quality protein, yes, we can control hair fall. We can have a recovery, fast recovery from injuries. We can feel active. And then one more interesting thing she has shared about the mindset, because many people say fat is very bad to the body, but all fats are not bad. So this is one of the mindset in many cases in Indians. And she said lastly about the importance of fats. It's a major source of energy and components of cells and tissues, and it's one of the important thing for absorbing vitamins. So much of details with simplest form, simplest understanding. So once again, Dr. Archana ma'am, thank you so very much for giving a detailing session on nutrition today. And let's give a digital applause to Dr. Archana ma'am. So, ladies and gentlemen, the part one has been completed. The bank, within a bank, because we all know that Friday is a mostly is a traditional day. They say it's a weekend. It's a start of the weekend traditional day. But on Friday morning, getting a knowledge on macronutrient is, I'll say, wow. And she has given an activity for the day. So, ladies and gentlemen, post it in your mind. You need to post the pic what ma'am has said. So that is the activity for the day. And from here, Before moving to the second part, the exercise part, there is one more important thing I need to share with you. The importance of optimal health. We all know that the importance of maintaining an optimal health. Because there are four pillars actually, which comes under the optimal health. So this program is all based on that, all based on the four pillars. The first, the important pillar of optimal health is rest. So we know that rest is very very important for each and every, because we put our heart and soul from day in and day out. We work a lot, but we Indians we work a lot, but we are not taking a sufficient rest. We are not giving a rest to the body. So as per science, it says we need to take minimum 7 to 8 hours of deep sleep. That is sleep, it's a deep sleep, 7 to 8 hours. But just imagine how many of them we go for 7 to 8 hours of deep sleep. So if we are not taking, we need to go for it, because it's one of the important pillar of optimal health, rest. So sleep is a part of rest. Second one, second pillar is exercise. This most important pillar of optimal health. So exercise plays a vital role. So minimum 30 minutes, maximum we can go 1 or 2 hours per day. We need to give active hours for exercise, body movements. That's more important. So exercise plays a vital role in our day-to-day life. So morning is the right time or evening is the right time. So whenever we are free in the morning or evening, we need to go for a best exercise. So best exercises which are feasible to me: walking, jogging, running, gymming, anything which is flexible and which is easy to me, go for it. Minimum at least 30 minutes. So the second pillar is exercise. The third pillar is positive mental attitude. We need to be so active. We need to be so positive. Just imagine, I give a great salute to each and every distributor who's part of this Live 360, because we need to get up by 5:30 every day to get ready for the 6 o'clock program and 7 o'clock program. So without the positive attitude, we are not able to get up. So we need a strong attitude, positive attitude to wake up in the morning itself. So to me, the best example for positive mental attitude is our ambient distributors. The best example. So we need to be, what may come, we need to take it as a positive thing. Because that's play a vital role in healthy living. Because for small, small things, many people in India they get stressed. For small things, they get tensed. So if you get tense, stress, our body will get collapsed. So we need to come out of that stress. We need to come out of the tension. Yes, we need to be positive always. The smile is the best sign of positive attitude. Smile. So we need to be smiling face. We need to be happy. What may come. What may come. And moving forward to the fourth pillar, good nutrition food. That's what we are learning day by every day in this program. Healthy living. The fourth pillar is good nutrition food. We all know that protein, vitamins, minerals, corn, fat, phytonutrients, fiber. These are the nutrients. With this, we need to have a food morning, afternoon, evening. Just imagine how many of them we are going for a good healthy nutrition food before to this Live 360. But after getting into the Live 360, we can see a lot of difference in our food habits, our attitude, our exercise part, even in rest part, because this is the compo. This Live 360 is the compo of all the optimal health. So we can see the difference in the phase one, the 10 days of gut cleaning. So many of them have felt that success, and we have shared that success to our near ones and dear ones. That's more important. The first 10 days of this program plays a vital role. then comes into the intensive phase. Lot of knowledges, lot of different topics, lot of different sessions, lot of detailing. That's one more important phase in this 100 days of Live 360, intensive phase. And then comes the third important phase, maintaining that. Because yes, we can do whatever we want, but to maintain that is very, very important. So as I said, one of the important pillar in optimal health is exercise. So in Live 360, the second part is always on to the second pillar of the optimal health, exercise. So when I say about exercise, we got Meenal onto the stage. So ladies and gentlemen, with thunderous applause, help me to welcome for the part 2 of this Live 360 program today, Meenal. So it's all over to you.
Thank you so much, Vincent. Can you also allow my screen sharing for the music? Okay, got it. Hello everyone, good morning and a very warm welcome to today's session. So let's get started. We're going to start with some moves standing and then we'll do workout towards the end. Yeah, so stay in your comfortable range. We might try few jumps and few pop squats side to side, but I'll also give you the versions in which you can completely avoid jumping. So follow a version which feels more comfortable. So the idea is like you do the whole thing, not just about those few bursts of jumps. Okay, so just feel comfortable. It doesn't really make a lot of difference, just few calories here and there. Okay, great. I'm just sharing the music and yes, let's get started.
These conversations get so creative, going so deep into fantasy. And all the waiting, testing my patience, more than your words should be touching me. You know you can make me feel the flame from 55 million miles away, serving that straight telepathy. And tell me how you get me to the end when I'm all alone here by myself. The craziest thing I ever felt. You don't need no hands, cause the way you're looking at me make me wanna dance, yeah, make me move my body. Cancel all my plans, let you drive me mad. Baby, you don't even need to use no hands. Come put 'em on me anyway, come put 'em on me anyway, come put 'em on me anyway. Hands, hands, come put 'em on me anyway, come put 'em on me anyway, come put 'em on me anyway. Hands, hands. Yeah. No hesitation, no punctuation. These high vibrations keep coming through. Let my persuasion and all frustrations when we fulfill what we promised to. You know you can make me feel the flame from 55 million miles away, serving that straight telepathy. And tell me how you get me to the end when I'm all alone here by myself. The craziest thing I ever felt. You don't need no hands, cause the way you're looking at me make me wanna dance, yeah, make me move my body. Cancel all my plans, let you drive me mad. Baby, you don't even need to use no hands. Come put 'em on me anyway, come put 'em on me anyway, come put 'em on me anyway. Hands, hands, come put 'em on me pa' acá, que el party empezó, que el party empezó. La la la, vamos a danzar, que el party empezó, que el party empezó. Que el party empezó, que el party empezó. Que el party empezó, que el party. Que el party empezó. Estamos de fiesta, hasta que amanezca, no me importa nada, que suene la orquesta. Estamos de fiesta, hasta que amanezca, no me importa nada, que suene la orquesta. Estamos de fiesta, hasta que amanezca, no me importa nada, que suene la orquesta. Estamos de fiesta, hasta que amanezca, no me importa nada, que suene la orquesta. Quiero bailar contigo toda la noche, niño, para vacilar. La la, echa pa' acá, que el party empezó, que el party empezó. La la, vamos a danzar, que el party empezó, que el party empezó. Que el party empezó, que el party empezó. Que el party empezó, que el party. Que el party empezó. Que el party empezó. Estamos de fiesta, hasta que amanezca, no me importa nada, que suene la orquesta. Estamos de fiesta, hasta que amanezca, no me importa nada, que suene la orquesta. Estamos de fiesta, hasta que amanezca, no me importa nada, que suene la orquesta. Estamos de fiesta, hasta que amanezca, no me importa nada, que suene la orquesta. Estamos de fiesta.
Passo à frente, passo atrás. Mova sua cintura, comece a dançar.
Sudando la gota como me rebota tú mi danzarino, yo soy tú, garota. Sudando la gota como me rebota tú mi danzarino, yo soy tú, garota. Garota. Yo soy tu garota. Garota. Yo soy tu garota. Yo soy tu garota. Um passo à frente, um passo atrás. Mova sua cintura, comece a dançar. Um passo à frente, um passo atrás. Mova sua cintura, comece a dançar. Sudando la gota como me rebota tú mi danzarino, yo soy tu garota. Sudando la gota como me rebota tú mi danzarino, yo soy tu garota. Garota. Yo soy tu
squats done in a sumo format. And why is it that? Because whenever you're doing a sumo squat, the pressure is distributed. You're going to take it on your inner thighs, you're going to take it on your quads, you'll take it on your glutes, and that's how you're going out. When you're doing a normal squat with your feet right under your hips in a athletic stance, a lot of times you don't know the right move, and people tend to push it forward and bring the pressure to the knees. Okay, so as long as you feel comfortable with the idea of doing a normal squat, keep doing your sumo squats. Amazing way to build on the strength, amazing way to use your body weight to create that resistance. Okay, so we almost ended up doing some 30 squats. You can do some 30 to 50 squats as a beginner to begin with. But yeah, start with some sumo squats first. Okay, understand these muscles, how they're moving, engage with them, and then you will start with something which is like a normal squatting position. Okay, now the workout we're going to do today, it's called RDLs. Romanian deadlifts is what we call it. We also call it stiff leg deadlift. It's a beautiful way to bring strength to your lower body and also lengthen your spine here. So I'm going to teach you the way to do it. First, start doing it without any weights. And then you add weight to it. Okay. So what is the move? You're going to tuck your core in, and just the way I teach you, like hinging from the spine and using your quads and hamstring, it's the same move. But like I said, we'll start with single leg. So I'm just keeping chair as a prop. You can also use wall as a prop. You're keeping it here. Your feet in athletic stance. You're going to tuck your core in. Two ways of doing it. One, when I put my leg back on the toes. I place my leg back on the toes. So this leg is there. Now I'm going to squeeze and go low and lift up. So it's like as if I have a weight in my hand, and this is one thing which I'm holding. My back leg is on the toes and stiff. I'm not going to move that. Now only with this leg, I'm going to go straight spine. See my spine, not rounded, straight. Lengthen spine, down and up. Down and up. So what is happening? My glutes, my hamstrings, and my core. All the moves. Okay. Same to this side. Your prop will not be far. Like I was showing the movement, so my chair was far. But ideally, when you're doing it, your prop has to be in line. Okay. Your prop has to be in line. For example, if this leg is what I've made a stiff. Okay. Squeeze. Core tight. Now I move on to the other leg. So my prop has to come this side. Squeeze, and I'm gonna go this and up. So my core is stuck, spine is lengthened. In the second move, what I do, I'm gonna lift that leg all together. So here I am squeezing the other leg. This leg is something we locked. I'm gonna not lock the leg. I'm gonna lift the leg. This. Squeeze and up. Five. So you see, my hammies, glutes, core, all getting this pressure and you coming back. I'm not resting my other leg back at all. Not even with the toes. Not even with the toes. Yeah. So this is the RDL move. Very basic move. Do it at home at ease. Okay. I'm going to pick up a weight also to show you the move. The principle remains the same, that the weight will be as close as possible to your body. Yeah, I know it's a difficult workout. It's going to give a nice pull to your stretch and strength to your hamstrings and glutes also. Yeah, what do you feel tomorrow? Let's go on to the weights here. Don't shy away from using any amount of weight. I'm using 10.5 kg just because it's lower body and you can really experiment with that. You can do any experiment. Okay, so don't worry about how much weight you have to lift because it's acting as RDL, single leg. The idea is that you will not be feeling the burn from the spine. The movement has to be from the core and lengthen that spine and come back. And when you're lengthening, your weight will not be away from you. Your prop will also in line with you, and your weight is also traveling with you. So your hand is also traveling here and here. You're not pulling your weight up. There is nothing with the upper body. Okay, let's go. Let's start with 15, 15 both the sides. And once you're good with the movement, then we'll share it. Squeeze, lift, single leg. Okay, so this leg goes up. So every time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 5, 7, 8. If you think that your spine is rounding, go only to the level from where you can rise up straight. So go till the knee, go till the shin, till where you have control. 9, 10, 11. The other side, same way. Squeeze. You're gonna lengthen that leg, cross, and just move. This. Just move. Here. Navel tuck in. Squeeze. Navel tuck in. And squeeze. Let's go. You're not pulling the weight up. It's not about pulling the weight up. It's about feeling that length in your spine, tap your core, feel that burn right from your glutes to your hamstrings, even to your calves. 3. Keep the weight closer to you. 4. Knee stop. 5. No rounding of spine. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. Come back. Very good. So there is a difference between feeling the length in your spine and feeling the pain in your spine. So feeling the length in your spine is when you're moving up and down, you feel that length in your spine, but you do it with your core engaged. Yeah, take a breather, sip water. Very nice. Let's do the second set. Again, core tucked in, squeeze. I know this is like a different feel. So RDL is the safest form to begin. I could have also, started with simple deadlifts, but no, we're not doing that. We only started with RDL so that you understand this first and then we add. Let's do one more set and then we'll stretch. Yeah, okay. You can reduce the number of reps, and those people who are not doing it with weights and who's only using your body weight for that resistance, do it like 20, 25 reps, easy. Okay. There is one movement through which you will also understand the hinging right and the length in the spine. We call it good morning. So you have your hands here on the temples. Okay. A lot of people keep it here behind the neck also, like bridge of your neck. That's also good, but I don't do that because a lot of people kind of pressurize their neck. So safest is to just keep your hands to the temples here. You're gonna squeeze and lengthen your spine like this. This, okay? So when you go like this, can you feel it in your hamstrings, glutes? Yeah, that's how. So you're gonna feel it here, you're gonna bring it back. So 2, nine, okay, let's do the second set. So could you get the movement now? I know these are very different moves from what we've been doing, but we need them to add in our schedule, in our routine. And I tell you, you'll feel so much more stronger after this. The next one, you're gonna tap your core, and that's fine. Squeeze. Again, 10 to 15 reps. The number you can pull easy. Okay, we're doing it for the first time. Squeeze and pull. Okay, let me play some music. You all start doing it, both the sides. Okay, let's stretch. Just because we worked on the RDLs, let's stretch our hamstrings nice. Both the sides, again, do it to a level where you can do it. Don't push yourself too much with the movement. Okay, so here we go. You're gonna bring that hamstring closer and stretch. Okay, full deep stretch. If you cannot hold on to the toes like this, hold wherever you can. Okay, I want you to hold and then stretch side. Full. Navel tap in, squeeze, lengthen that spine. Hold it here, feel the stretch. Inner thighs, glutes, just feel it here. Keep your hands open wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then lift back up to this. And again, up, lengthen from the hamstring full. And then I want you to squeeze. Okay. You're gonna squeeze and then lengthen to the side. Full stretch. 4, tap in and hold. You can also keep holding it for the stretch or you can leave it, whatever feels more comfortable. But do that full stretch around your pelvis, inner thighs, squeeze and stretch. Again, get it back. Easy. Figure 4. Cross, hold from the back of your knee. And again, stretch. Chin up, eyes to the legs. And hold. And to the other side. Squeeze, hold, and stretch. Okay, third, you're gonna open up your hips wide, hold from the big toe or you hold from the heels, whichever way you can, and open. Feel again, inner thighs, hamstrings, stretch your quads also, full, and hold. Cross, legs to one side, face to the other side. The other side. I'll just share the music. Let's stretch for a minute. slowly rub your palms over to your eyes. Thank you so much everyone for joining in. I'll see you tomorrow. Keep rocking. Have a great day. Bye.
Thanks, Meher, for coming today and have a great session. And dear viewers,
Thank you, Vincent.
so dear viewers, see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. See you all. Bye bye.